If you're not selling the EU market, you're missing out big time. Let me actually explain why I'm saying that. So first of all, why should you even sell in the EU? The European market is very big and people have actually money to spend. There are countries like Germany, Switzerland, Sweden that have people that have high buying power. And secondly, there's less competition and therefore lower advertising costs. Because most of the YouTube gurus are always saying to market to the big five or the US market, which is a large market, but compared to the European, as you can see here, in Europe, there are 740 million people, and in the US, there are 333 million. The only problem is that there are different countries, their own language. Each country has its own approach to commerce. So if you want to sell in the EU market, you need to understand the market in order for you to make the most out of it. So in the USA, you just set up a store in English, use USD as currency, but in the EU market, it's a little bit different. So let me actually show you the strategy that me and my team used in order to set up winning stores and crush it in the EU market. So first thing first, you need to identify your target country. So as you can see here, these are the European countries. You have countries like Germany, Netherlands, Sweden. They're all pretty good markets. If you want to sell in these countries, I will advise you to sort by country with higher purchasing power or like a bigger population. The German market is amazing for that. Sweden market, Netherlands and Belgium is great market. French as well. So once you have identified the market, you need to make sure to translate it in the right native language. So you can create a store in German and target Germany, Austria, Switzerland, and Liechtenstein. You can also create a store in French and then target France or Belgium. Some countries in Europe speak more than one language. So Belgium, for example, like the southern part of Belgium, they speak in French, and the northern part, they speak in Dutch. So it's a little bit tricky. You need to understand how to maneuver your ways into this market. I'm going to attach below a complete Google sheet where you can find the complete languages you can set up for the EU market and various payment processes needed. In the European market, based on the country that you're targeting, you're going to need various payment methods. Most of them you can just set up credit debit card option with Shopify payments. But in order for you to give them that native approach, that local approach, you may have to include other payment methods like Klarna, Ideal, Bank Contact, or PayPal, or even cash on delivery, COD. You can find the precise payment method needed for each country in the same Google sheet where I've listed each and every country and the payment method needed and the optional payment method. So you can take a look. It's going to be in the description. Take a look and take advantage of it because it's totally free. To translate the stores and add creatives and all the translation, you can do it on a website called Depot. It's a translating website. You can just put the country you target in and Depot is going to translate it to the native language. You can actually use ChatGPT in order to do all the website copy. These are all the steps that we take. Of course, there are more, but I don't want to make this video super long. So identifying the target country, as I said, the German market is great, Netherlands market, French market is great. Then secondly, identifying the right language, then using the right payment methods, and then translating everything with Depot and the help of ChatGPT. So guys, if you want to start selling the EU market and make big money, you can actually work with me and my team by actually booking a call. I've built an amazing team of native speakers of each language in Europe. We have guys that do copywriting, German, French, Italian, in order to optimize the stores, to run ads efficiently. The EU market is a little bit different from the USA. So if you want to start dropshipping in the EU, take advantage of this so-called quote-unquote new trend, you can actually book a call with us. We'll see how we can work together. This is perfect if you have a winning store that's working in the big five or in the US. I can guarantee you 8 out of 10. If you test it in the European market and give that local native vibe to your store, the native approach, and market it to the right audience, you are going to make a lot of money because there's simply less competition. So yeah, if you like this video, comment, subscribe, like all the YouTube stuff. Write me in the comment below what type of video you want to see.